Go.
Oh, man. We're live.
Are we live?
We're live. Where'd all these people come from?
Just looking at all the shit going on back there.
Got Colin here. I mean, you can kind of see Tiger's tail over to my side, but you're not going to be able
Oh, yeah. Look at him. Hey, how you doing?
He's a tiger.
Well, you saw them beefing
He's a
earlier.
tiger. You got
You see that beef?
Bryson on your left.
Where's B-Dog?
He's right.
Oh, he's
bottom
hiding
left.
right there, dude.
He's right. You flex
Whoa.
just perfectly,
Oh,
and
dude. See that, Bryson?
Bryson's going to be right there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
boys. We got a show tonight.
I was actually going to ask you if you thought he peed sitting down, and it looks like he definitely does.
Definitely does. I got little Brooksy here. Hi, Brooksy.
Brooksy.
How you doing, buddy?
He hates that picture, by the way.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
You got the chat over there so I can see it?
Here we go. Trot Golfer's going to start us off hot. My God, please cut more of that shirt off. So, we're getting after it tonight with the Open Championship preview show. This is going to be an absolute doozy if you can't tell already. Yeah, this is going to be one of those shows that might go down in history, and
might burn in hell too.
a lot of people might have issues with this episode. Definitely could be some problems tonight. Dylan Vodry, welcome back, buddy. So he said, put the guns away.
These are the chub cannons, dude.
This is Butsy and I in rare form for the Open Championship, just being pure Americans. I know you guys can't really see it, but these are flip-flops all throughout this shirt by Swanie's.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Absolutely incredible. If anybody is a size small, by
Is
the
that
way.
a collarless too?
Yeah, they sent me the wrong size in this, or else I would have worn this like during the 4th of July show. And sure enough, if anybody is a size small, let me know. I will send you a small version of this. I went to go put it on, and next thing you know, I almost had a panic attack. Like, have I gotten
What's going
that
on?
fucking fat?
Like, you know you have weekends and you come out of it a little bit heftier, but you put on 30 overnight.
I thought so. I felt like the fat guy in a little coat. It was a rough situation. I let Swanie know, hey, I almost had an absolute mental breakdown. Could have gotten real rough. But, here we are.
Here we
are.
fucking go.
I got a question for you. So before we do dive in and really get into our Open Championship preview, I know a lot of people are still joining in right now. But hang on one second. Let's see Butsy in the small. I got to tell you, if I felt like the fat guy in a little coat, Chris Farley out of Tommy Boy, I don't think his head is fitting into the hole.
It's just going to rip across as I pull it
It
over.
really would.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing is small.
Little saran wrap shirt. Fuck.
So if you know anybody out there that's a small guy, hook him up. Let me know.
It ain't me.
Send me a DM, and we'll get him taken care of. But that being said, since we're looking at good old Royal Troon here with some of our guests tonight on the show, I just have a question to ask you, Butsy. Are you a bidet guy? You look like a bidet guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you consume the amount of food that I consume, things get a little tarry down there. And you need that little sweet jet of Jesus to hop up there, and it's like a tooth cleaning, right? The little water pick.
A tooth cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's that, or just sit there and go through a half a roll, and your butthole staring at you like.
Yeah, you don't want
It's not good.
you don't want that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think we already blew out the speed. We're already one for one here. Hang on, we blew out the microphone
Sorry.
already. We got a little carried away. I can't even get back to it.
You
Hang
got
on.
into bidets.
Yeah, you got excited about the bidet. So I just purchased a for the guest bathroom up here in the studio. I just purchased a $500 bidet. It's got the heated seat. It's got the dryer to it. It heats the water.
Oh, this isn't one of these little strap-on things.
No, this one it replaced the entire top toilet seat, which is fantastic.
I can't wait to try it.
It is incredible. I guess we weren't that bad.
Did you get to
There we go. We're back in.
Did you test drive one of these somewhere?
No, I actually went off of some reviews, and I'm like, we had one of those bidets that you just hook up to the water pressure, and then it just shoots you in the ass 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And it not really comes at the angle that you really want. It's kind of like an upshot, so it kind of hits. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and then every now and then it hits you in the bag.
Yeah. And it taps you a good one.
Yeah.
So I decided, you know what? We're in a new studio. Let's make sure that we get one of those real nice, high-end ones that replaces, the entire top of the seat.
It'd be cool if they had a store and there was just, 8 mock bathrooms set up in there with different varieties of bidets and toilets in general. And before you drop like you said, 500 or 5,000, whatever the hell it is, they have some expensive toilets nowadays.
Yeah.
But, you maybe schedule a time and you can come in and take a shit there, and maybe there's some, I don't know.
Yeah, you can have yourself a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can try it.
On the bidet.
Yeah, toilet test drive.
Have a day on the bidet.
Mm-hmm. Well,
little tagline there. So, we got that going for us, which is nice. We also have a little bit more here from Trot Golfer. He said, fuck Monty, by the way. What a bitter man.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
No, he's a grumpy old Scottish man. So he's always been that way, though. We'll get into that on this episode as well. But let's count it down. You ready to go in a little 3, 2, 1 action here in a moment?
Absolutely.
You let me know. I'm going to take one more swig before we get going here.
I just want to get dialed in here, dude. This is America Week because it's at the British.
It's absolutely perfect timing for that. Here we go. You guys ready to go? Because we are ready to go in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight, we've got Captain America. No, that's not Bryson DeChambeau. That is Butsy, folks, co-hosting tonight's episode, which is all about the Open Championship. And as you can tell, we are Americans. We've got American shades on, no sleeves over here. I'm wearing a Swanie's polo with no polo top with it's the flip-flops all over it. Flip-flop design, red, white, and blue with a little bit of, North Carolina blue, just in case you don't know. Now you know, playa. And first of all, on tonight's episode, we are going to recap really quickly the Genesis Scottish Open. We are going to recap Liv Golf Andalucía. We are going to go over our full-on Open Championship preview, which we have plenty of guests here tonight. So plenty to talk about, plenty to go over. And then we've got our Swanie style segment, which, again, fan favorite there. That's where we're going to end the show. We've got a little bit different of a setup tonight.
Probably a lot of other stuff
with the
too.
Structure. Yeah. We're probably going to get into some stuff tonight. I mean, we're wild and crazy today. I can tell you, both of us, we talked about it before we came on air. Little bit of what would you call it? Degeneration? Degeneration X?
This weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah,
out of the two of us.
just a lot.
Yeah, just a lot of things going on, folks. A lot of things. So before we do dive into this episode, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Swanie's Golf. Once again, folks, utilize the promo code PullHookGolf25. Use that at checkout for 25% off your entire order at Swaneys.co. Once again, they got a brand new drop, by the way. I should be getting that, I believe, next week because they actually sold out of literally every single thing in size large. So,
wow.
Yeah, even myself, I have to wait on that. So anybody who is a part of that drop got the goods before anybody else, which is awesome to see. Love that out of a company when they do that, when they take care of the customers instead of, the people being sponsored.
Absolutely.
So shout out to you, Swaneys. Once again, Pull Hook Golf 25 at checkout at Swaneys.co for 25% off your entire order. I know you guys love the Swaneys, and I love you. So let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. We've got the Genesis Scottish Open recap. Bobby Mack, who was a plus 1,400. Do have to give a little bit of a shout out here right off the bat to Trot Golfer, one of our audience members, who was talking about good old Bobby Mack and how he could be dangerous this week during our podcast recording last week.
He did, didn't he?
He really did.
Robot making tour.
And really, what a Sunday for him. I mean, while most guys were fading on the back nine at the Genesis Scottish Open, Bobby McIntyre was not, a.k.a. Bobby Mack, as we like to refer to him as. And he certainly finished strong. He went birdie, par, eagle, par, birdie to finish to win by one over a very handsome man in Adam Scott.
His fist pump was electric.
Who had the better fist pump this week?
Mackie.
Really?
Yeah.
Over to the Trumpster, huh?
I think. Oh well.
I mean, you're wearing the American glasses. Let's get right. Who's got the better fist pump?
A little bit different circumstances. One guy won a golf tournament.
One guy got shot in the ear.
One guy got his ear pierced. A little different.
You love to see it and you hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So definitely, we're just looking at the comments here. Trot golfer Bobby loves his Scottish heritage. What a legend, Trot golfer
Big
says.
ledge.
We do love some good old Bobby McIntyre, but I will say that I am worried about him this week. We're going to talk about why that is in a little bit. It might be because of what you're seeing here on screen. He's trying to absolutely drink the crap out of that cup.
Yes.
And he had whiskey in it after his victory with his dad. Now, remember, when he won,
Wasn't
because
Scotch?
he's won whiskey.
Okay.
That's all I heard was whiskey.
Okay.
Could have been Scotch. You would expect it to be Scotch, right? No, absolutely not. It
Big
is
whiskey.
Okay, so good old McIntyre with his dad, just absolutely killing it out of the cup. And here's the challenge with what happened. Okay, when he won the Canadian Open, same thing happened, and he actually withdrew the next week from a signature series event.
What?
So, do you think that he might get a little too wasted when he wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it, right?
It has to be,
That's
right?
got to be what happened.
I mean, why else would you not go to a signature series event? Why wouldn't you he's going to the Open Championship. He's going to play in it. But classic quote from him, by the way, was, what time is all the media tomorrow? And somebody told him 3 o'clock, and he goes, I doubt I'm going to be able to drive by then. So he's just like, I'm out on the media day. So Bobby McIntyre taking it easy before the Open Championship. I mean, you got to imagine he just won his hometown, the Scottish Open, Yeah. I mean,
Partying for a fucking week.
He's going to be going for a while. Yeah, I don't foresee him being a real contender in the Open Championship. But let's keep it moving. As I mentioned, Adam Scott finished second, which that's pretty interesting to me because he's been in form on and off. It's always been about the putter, but his putter has actually been really, really good with the long lab putter. We talked about how that's kind of cheating. We talked about Bernard Longer last week around that. But Adam Scott, watch out for him. If he is hitting the ball well and in form coming into an Open Championship, we know Adam Scott can win that.
You know he can play. It's been a long time, though.
It has been a while.
When's the last time he won?
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah.
Has it been more than 10 years?
Don't know. Don't really know. But Trot Golfer says, you boys can drink 2 weeks in a row. He's high, boys. He will always be around, that's for sure. I mean, he's definitely got a tolerance that he's building up, that's for sure.
He just looks like he has a tolerance.
And Kyle over at Cart Barn Guys, throwing out a little shout out to you. Now, that is an outfit, America. Yeah. Butsy is feeling it tonight for America. Let's see if his picks are the same for the Open Championship, and he picks an American because I'm not sure. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but you know what Americans do? They pick winners.
Yeah, they do pick winners, America. Now, in third place, what I like about the Genesis Scottish Open, it is a joint event between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. We had a guy named Romain Langasque.
What?
Yep, I'm just going to let that settle in for a second. Romain Langasque. I believe he was a Frenchman, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool.
That's pretty dope, huh?
It's cool, man.
Yeah, good for him.
I don't know.
Yeah, same. 15 under, he finished. Now, at the T4s, we got some interesting players. Once again, 2 gloves, Aaron Rye. He just keeps showing up in the top 10. This guy, that's all he does.
You've
top
been
10s.
talking about Rye for a few weeks
He's
now.
just so solid. Like
Drinking the Rye.
But he has not been able to break through for a victory yet. Like, you can see him under pressure. He struggles a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see with Aaron Rye how he does in this Open Championship. But he is Mr. Consistent. Then we've got Rory McIlroy, who, that's interesting.
Colin?
Sung Jae Im also was T4.
Doesn't know.
Sahith Theegala was a T4. And Colin Morikawa was a T4. Ludwig Åberg was a T4, which, if you remember, Ludwig, we had a conversation about him or Tom Kim, which one's going to have the better career, which one's a little bit more clutch. Ludwig should have won that damn tournament. Ludwig faded big time.
Big time.
Big time. So not a good back nine for Ludwig Åberg. And then the T10s, we've got Richard Mansell, which don't know who that is. Good for him for being up there. -13. We got a Wyndham Clark sighting, which is nice to see. Alex Noren, Victor Perez, and Corey Connors. Then we've got some notables at T15. -12 was Tom Kim. Good old Tommy Kim.
TK.
Xander Schauffele. T21, -11 was Brian Harmon, last year's Open Championship winner.
Little sneaky pickle.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting, folks. And once again, as we shouted out Trot Golfer for calling Bobby Mack to the front of the stage for the Genesis Scottish Open, he also happened to pick the Liv Golf side of it as well.
Ooh, he was right about that too.
He said Sergio Garcia is going to be dangerous this week.
He did say that.
Sergio Garcia wins in a playoff. Some people are calling it I believe a gentleman who goes by the name of Anti-Liv. He was tweeting at me saying that people were talking about how it was staged, that Anaban Lahiri was supposed to.
It was staged?
It was staged.
Yeah.
So you gotta love the propaganda,
Yeah.
the conspiracy theories. But Sergio wins over Anaban Lahiri in an individual playoff. By the way, folks, this is the first time in Liv Golf history that there was an individual playoff and a team playoff. So in the team playoff, we had the Fireballs win over the Crushers. And, I mean, that was 2 L's, by the way. So not only Sergio individually beats Crusher, Anaban Lahiri, but the Fireballs beat the Crushers in the playoff as well.
Pretty
so that's
cool.
a double win for Sergio and his squad, double loss for the Crushers and their squad. Bryson DeChambeau just seems like he is just cruising throughout Liv, waiting for the 4 major championships. That is for sure. Flex for a second so that we can see good old DeChambeau over there. Oh, yeah, there he is. Butsy did reach out, by the way, to our boy Bryson DeChambeau.
I sent him a text.
It was a good one, too.
Yeah, I said, look, we're willing to change the time. I know you're busy. You got a lot of fans on the pod. If you have any interest in hopping on, a lot of people are rooting for you. They'd probably love to see that. Did not get a reply to that text.
That speaks volumes. You hate to see it, but I mean,
I'm sure. I don't think anybody texts him either, though. So he's probably just like,
kudos to you for reaching out. That was
I mean,
pretty cool.
Fuck, worth a shot.
Why not? You know what I mean? But I do want to hear from him at some point about whether or not, like, once this merger goes through and everything, hey, man, were you just kind of cruising on Liv, kind of like getting to the major championships? Because that's all they talked about at Live at the Open today. I happened to pop on the Golf Channel.
We talked about this last week, too, how he plays good American golf.
Yes.
And my question to him was going to be, how do you prepare for non-American golf? How do you prepare for this venue?
That's a good
What
point.
are you doing? I mean, what kind of scientific weird shit are you working on to prep for Trin?
So Live at the Open, they were calling him a genius today, that he has a genius trait to him because he's doing all this club stuff and everything. And they got into something that I actually haven't heard about with Bryson, is that during his off time when he's not playing in tournaments, he doesn't play.
What does he do?
He just practices.
Oh, so he's around
he tinkers,
the game. But yeah.
He tinkers, like he hits shots, but he never plays.
Okay.
That's a little weird, yeah.
Interesting.
Because a lot of legends of the game, you got to get the feel of the game. You got to get in there. You got to hit all the different shots that you're going to hit throughout a golf round and everything. And it was pretty interesting just to hear them talk about Bryson. Now, Chambly, I don't mind Chambly. A lot of people just can't stand him. But I think he actually has a lot of good insights, even though he's pretty, polaristic.
Brandel Wambly.
Yeah, good old Brandel Wambly. Now, Brandel, if you ever meet him in real life, is actually a really nice guy. I met him up at Desert Mountain. Super nice guy. But
don't believe it.
One of the things that I will say is that when he was talking about Bryson, he's flipped the script from being a Bryson hater to talking about him in such a high light that it actually kind of drove me nuts today. Because I haven't watched the Golf Channel in ages, but I'm like, I've got to at least look into a couple things around the Open Championship, see if they're covering it or not.
Right.
Hence the Tiger versus Colin Montgomery.
I don't know. I feel like he flips the script when he has to. When there's enough, there's no doubt. The dude's, I don't know. He's done that with a few people, I think.
You look great, by the way.
Who?
You.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, Scotty Scheffler is so happy that he's behind you.
I feel pretty fucking patriotic right now. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, Shoffley threw in his police outfit. That kind
yeah, I noticed
Scheffler
that.
Arrested. Yeah.
It kind of looks like that would have been a career if it hadn't been for golf.
It looks fitting, doesn't it?
It does. It does. He's not that big in real life, but yeah, it's all right.
It's okay.
It reminds me of NBA Jam. You remember that when you'd get 3 in a row and their heads would get big?
He's on fire.
Yeah. God, that's OG shit right there.
Yeah,
but
love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Now, here's the thing. John Rahm wasn't the Spaniard that brought it home at Liv Golf Andalucía, which he once again finished in the top 10 at the very bottom of the 10th slot. Mm-hmm. He was number 10. So John Rahm still has not put it together. And he talked about it at the media day at the Open Championship today, which is another reason that I had it on, was checking out everybody's media day and seeing what was going on there. And John Rahm still, he was talking about how he's not in the kind of that flow state. We talked about the flow state last week and how he's not there with his golf swing. He doesn't trust it, thinking about too much. And sure enough, it certainly looks that way. But that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the year, or well, actually at the end of last year when John Rahm was playing in skins games out here in Arizona. And we all knew that he was heading over to Liv Golf. And all of a sudden it comes out and it's like, man, when you take time off from playing seriously and getting into your routine and everything you do, it's tough to just snap back into it. It takes a lot of time to get back to that level. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what he's really experiencing right now because, he's not in the flow state. He's definitely overthinking things. He's going through way too much. What is that contraption that you have there? Explain it to the listeners.
This is a 8,000 puff rose grape disposable vape by Mesh King.
Wow. And no, I don't do that. But I will tell you this. You got me a little bit into our...
Oh, the Canadipes. Yeah, we got those too. You know what terpenes are?
Terpenes.
Me neither. But this is limonene. You'll have to try one tonight. It doesn't do anything to you.
Definitely going to try one tonight.
But it's tangy, I tried one citrus. Before. These are like the most delicious thing. They're really good. Outside of food, this is it.
That's fantastic. Yeah. We're going to be popping that in here in just a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to give you guys a little bit more because guess what else is going on today as I go through Liv Golf stuff. I can't stay on track with the Liv Golf stuff because let me jump back to the Liv Golf stuff. It is hard because Liv Golf right now, we're in such a flux right now with Liv Golf, and I don't know if you guys realize this or not. Whether or not you like Liv Golf, hate Liv Golf, I really don't care. But Liv Golf right now, we're kind of in a flux to where Liv Golf, we don't know if Liv Golf is going to be around come next year. I mean, we're in flux right now. That whole merger with the PGA Tour, everything going on, and then the long breaks in between Liv Golf events. That has driven me nuts this year, more so than in years prior. So last year it didn't bother me that bad. Before that, it didn't bother me. This year, for whatever reason, it has actually bothered me with their schedule and the long layoff. So it's tough to jump right back
It's
in.
fucking irritating.
It really is.
You're like,
It's tough, but
play more.
here's the other thing. Notables for this week, Terrell Hatton. Once again, he continues his hot play. He finished third.
T-Hat.
Terrell Hatton.
T3 for T-Hat.
And he's been playing good in majors. Like, watch out for Terrell Hatton, man. And it's funny. His view on the mental game, because he got asked about it for the U.S. Open, right? Played well at the U.S. Open at Pinehurst, which was driving a lot of people nuts. He goes, listen, I think I have the mental advantage because every week I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
It's like, so no different for me, whether or not I'm playing Pinehurst number 2 or Bay Hill or
He's not
wherever.
doing this. He's just
always pissed off.
go.
So,
He's
yeah,
go.
he's just go. So he finished third, which was awesome because, by the way, Valderrama played really difficult. The wind was blowing. Everything was going on. And that was great. So, I mean, good on Valderrama. Valderrama is actually one of the better courses that they play throughout the entire Liv Golf season. So it was actually nice to see Liv Golf playing on a difficult golf course with a difficult setup. I had somebody chirp me in on Twitter saying, it's not a difficult setup, it's just the wind. I'm like, no, it's actually, like, if you look at it, like, fucking Valderrama's a tough golf track. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So it's a strategy golf course. Bryson even talked about that today. And so let me get to a couple comments here real quick. So we've got, hang on a second.
Morikawa.
Hang on. Trot Golfer says, amazing stuff here, men. Appreciate that. Trot Golfer also chimes in with Matt Collin for the 14th straight week. It's time. So hang on a second. We're not to the picks yet. Don't give him anything in advance like that, because while Colin Morikawa might not look American, he sure is. So,
But
yeah.
did you see the little presser earlier in the shite at Tiger?
Oh, no. He's talking about Colin Morikawa, not Colin Montgomery.
I thought Morikawa was the one that called for
No,
that.
that's Montgomery.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I thought they were on Team
no.
TaylorMade together.
No.
What the hell?
Why do
We're
you
having
think,
a civil war.
Why do you think Colin Montgomery is over my right shoulder
Oh,
here?
fuck Colin Montgomery.
Yeah, we got to get into that.
That old
in a
saggy
little
bag
bit.
old
and
man.
then we got Nick Nowitzki. Great call. Hatton is one of my picks for this week. Love that because, once again, he is in form. I don't know if we blew the speaker or not. It sounds like I'm not speaking as loud as I have been in the headphones, but it is what it is. We're going to keep rolling. If you guys are having a tough time hearing us, just let us know. That being said, and I always fix it when it comes to the podcast and everything in post-production work, so that's why I don't really worry about it while we're on the live version. But that being said, these things do happen. Now, Patrick Reed and Louis Oosthuizen finished T4. Cam Smith and Waco Neiman finished T6. I find Cam Smith a little bit of an enigma since he's gone over to Liv
feel that
Golf.
way as well.
So we're going to see if Cam Smith has anything in the bag this week at the Open Championship. Then we have Bryson DeChambeau at 9th. Just an easy, smooth 9th. John Rahm, 10th once again, like I said. Fireballs win in a playoff over the Crushers. Obviously, Crushers finished 2nd then. And then the Stinger GC finished 3rd. Let's get into the Open Championship preview.
Got through the Liv pretty quick there.
Oh, man.
Zoomed right through there.
Trot Golfer says, things don't happen, butsy happens. Yeah.
Colin Montgomery is like another year away from him and Laura Davies just being the same person. They're so close. He looks like Laura Davies on Ozempic.
I don't know how you follow up that comment. Hang on. I do think, we did. We dropped down.
What'd you do?
What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do?
All right.
Okay, we're back. Now, oh no. See, folks, this is what I just a special person. Special.
There.
That's unbelievable. I hope I don't smell
You know,
it.
you take a shit and you like spray the bathroom stuff, and you can still tell somebody's shit, but it's like
Yes,
rose
it's like,
poop.
oh, very nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Somebody a little match over a piece of turd. Great news.
Match turds.
Oh, that's the other thing with the bidet we were talking about before that we came onto the podcast recording. By the way, we got a brand new bidet in studio. And I got to tell you, not only does it heat the water, heat the seat, has a heater so that you don't actually even have to wipe, has multiple angles for the wash. But
What do you mean multiple angles?
multiple angles, lots of angles.
Like
It's all about the angles.
you got a goddamn rain bird in
You
there,
can
huh?
move it forward, you can move it back, you can move it all over the place. So the other part to it is that there's a deodorizer that as soon as you take your dump, you're never going to smell it.
Next Tuesday, bro, I'm gonna just save it the whole day. I'm gonna literally just I'm gonna hold it until I get here. And I'm just gonna let this thing. Yeah, I see this laser cut through this thing, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. So here's the thing. Open Championship preview. We got to start with the hottest topic, which you thought was Colin Morikawa. It's actually Colin Montgomery. So Colin Montgomery brought up some comments about good old Tiger Woods. And I got to ask you, what do you think of Colin's comments, which were, by the way, I hope people remember Tiger as Tiger was. The passion, the charisma, the aura around him. There's none of that now. At Pinehurst, he did not seem to enjoy a single shot, and you think, what the hell is he doing? He's coming to Troon, and he won't enjoy there either.
highly doubt that. I think he still thinks he can win, and well, we'll get into the picks.
I'm going to tell you right now that Tiger's starting to get healthier and healthier. And you can kind of see it from Tiger that he knows that maybe Pinehurst, he was overmatched, right? But here at Royal Troon, you do not need to fly the ball 320 with dead accuracy.
No, this place looks like, that's what I was just going to say. His experience, he could pick this place apart if he endures the walk.
But he talked about it today during media day. He said that he is able to get more into the gym than he has been in the past couple of years, and he's able to swing a little bit more freely.
It looks looser.
It looks good.
It looks smooth. A little
It does.
2-iron he hit or whatever the hell that shot was. You see that?
I
was like,
did.
no, short target, go! It's just,
Yeah.
it looks really good.
Unbelievable action out of him right now. And I just have to say that, I mean, Tiger did respond. So he said, well, as a past champion, and he said this with a smirk on his face. He was trying to hold back, but he said it with a smirk. He goes, I'm exempt until I'm 60. Colin's not. He's not a past champion, so he's not exempt. So he doesn't get the opportunity to make that decision. I do. Ooh. That you just,
He is so good at doing that.
You
in
know what
press
it-
conferences?
you know what it really felt like to me?
No.
Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, with Kendrick
Whoa.
Lamar dropping Not Like Us.
You think
Just
that's what
absolutely
Tiger-
he destroyed Colin Montgomery.
He not like me.
He not like us. He not
He
like us.
me. I win. He don't. He
So-
old as fuck.
Yeah, he smoked a 2-iron stinger at his face.
Yep.
That's what he did there. And he absolutely smoked him right in between the eyes. Good old Colin Montgomery here. See ya.
Can you imagine he just, like, it's like that movie The Water Boy, and he's just all week just picturing the golf ball turning into his head. That's what I would do.
Yeah. If I see him in the crowd, whoosh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, just sniped him. Okay, so that's the Tiger versus Colin Montgomery. I mean,
thought this whole time it was Morikawa. That's hilarious.
that is so
I was
funny
like, wait,
that
dude.
you thought that it was Morikawa. It was Colin Montgomery. But, I mean, realistically, does Colin Montgomery, is he even relevant anymore?
I didn't know he was still alive.
Me neither. And I never really liked him while he was alive.
No. He always seemed kind of like a little baby back.
And what,
bitch.
by saying alive, I mean when he was playing professional golf. Is he even playing on the senior tour? I don't think he is.
No,
he?
I swear to God, if you'd have been like, yeah, he died 4 years ago. Like,
Colin Montgomery. He was always a bitter man. Always very bitter. Remember Wingfoot when Phil lost it, but actually Colin Montgomery lost it?
yeah,
I mean,
just a whiner.
very bitter man.
Whiny face.
Would love to meet him.
I'm good. Good on that.
So we got Royal Troon this week, guys. This is a Scotland gem. Obviously, it came after the old court at St. Andrews, but it's in the same way. Link style, very traditional. You've got the front 9 that goes out away from the clubhouse. Then you got it coming back in for the back 9, runs along the water line. I mean, it is an awesome golf track. Can't wait for this week. But I'm going to go over some past winners, okay? And this is going to tell you a story. And I hope you guys get it. The past Open winners here. And I know our audience is absolutely fantastic, by the way, because obviously Trot Golfer picked 2 winners last week. So our audience is dialed in.
He knows.
And here's the thing. Past winners. Henrik Stenson, 2016. Before that in 2004, Todd Hamilton, who had never won a major championship. Same with Henrik Stenson. 1997, Justin Leonard. 1989, Mark Calcavecchia.
Boom.
1982, Tom Watson. 1973, Tom Weiskopf. 1962, Arnold Palmer. 1950, Bobby Locke. And 1923, Arthur Havers. So I ask you, the audience, as well as you, Botsy, what do these past winners tell you about the Open Championship this year?
I don't know. I don't know where you're trying to, like, where are you going with that? I know most of those guys, and I'm trying to think of what they might have in common. And
a lot of them were first-time winners, first-time major winners.
A lot of them hit a cut.
And, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not a cutter's golf course, though. So Justin Leonard was a drawer of the golf ball.
Okay.
But it does not play to... If you hit a fade, you're just going to have to play it, and it's going to be more difficult for you, but it's not impossible. A lot of these guys play fades.
Calc sliced the shit out of it.
Calced in. So you can still play this golf course that way, but it is very strategic of a golf course. So what I'm saying is a lot of the big names don't normally win at this golf course. Now, Henrik Stenson, you could go, Henrik Stenson is a big name, but that was his first major championship, if I'm not mistaken. Todd Hamilton, not a big name. Not a big name at all.
Stenson with the Octane 3-wood, though?
Yeah. Which you don't have to be super long here.
That's what I'm saying.
You can play that low 3-wood, that stinger. Like Tiger was talking about it today. This is a golf course that you do not need to hit a 320 bomb. That brings a lot of people back into play. More of a strategic type of golf course.
So you might just, like Trot's saying down there, you might just see,
let's say,
just a wild winner this week.
What's Trot saying here? Maybe the greatest Open, at least in my
saying,
lifetime. Stenson versus Phil was a great one. Also, he's saying that Matt saying Akshay might win.
You know what? About the fucking picks.
We got to stop talking about the picks because me and Butsy, you can't give Butsy these openings, okay?
No, I can't even hardly hold it. Like, let's just ruin the whole thing and jump right ahead an hour. Sorry.
So
it's true.
I mean, you got Tom Watson, Tom Weiskopf, Arnold Palmer. These guys were good strategic golfers. So what it says to me for Royal Troon is we're probably not going to get the top 5-10 guys in the world winning this golf tournament. That's my opinion.
Well, based on now, I see what you're saying. Historically, good chance, right?
Unless Arnie Palmer shows up.
Oh, can you imagine?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Comes out of the grave.
Yeah.
Goes, I'm back, boys.
Just lands a Cessna.
I think they'd given him an
first
exemption.
fairway.
They'd given him an exemption.
They'd given him an exemption.
And the other question for this week is weather going to be a factor? Because we talked about weather last week. It looked like it was going to rain 3 out of the 4 days. It only rained really 1, which was the final round, and they got some shitty weather. Well, this week, we got moderate winds between 10 to 15 miles an hour and a chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, while Sunday should be sunny. It's my weatherman.
It's pretty good. You got yeah, that was pretty good. Might start Moonlight. You should start a TikTok channel that does fake weather.
For Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona. Just make up weather that's not real.
Here comes an absolute great day. The cold winds are coming in at 70 miles an hour. It's going to be 70 degrees, folks.
We'll talk. Let's.
Yeah, we got to talk off air.
Talk about that later.
That's embarrassing. All right, who's going to have a better Open though? The PGA Tour or Liv Golf? Which Liv Golf has 18 players this week.
Liv.
No chance. I'm going no chance.
Now that doesn't mean
I'm like Vince McMahon over here. No chance.
Who's going to have a better top 5? Probably the PGA Tour.
Top 10, I'd say.
This will be fun. This will be interesting.
It will, because one of the guys that I actually do like from the Liv side is Abraham Answer. I think Abraham is one of these guys that plays well on these strategic golf courses that Liv plays, that aren't that long, that are a little bit on the shorter side. But we shall see. Now, let's see what Kyle has to say over at Cart Barn Guys. He goes, how many beers is the perfect amount of beers for point and shoot?
Flow state. He's talking about.
I've seen this.
Depends.
So
there's a lot of variables involved.
I'm going to say that it's not beers for Butsy. I'm going to say that it's seltzers.
Those are beers too.
And I'm going to say that the seltzers, if you mix in the tequila or vodka ones, it gets different. But if you just go straight White Claw, for instance, I'm going to say 8 is the amount that he gets before he just starts to get into that flow state.
That's pretty accurate. And I was going to say there's a lot of variables, like if you're coming back from 10 or 12 of those from the day before, then that number is going to go up pretty dramatically before you find it again. It's like, compound interest with those. So you might get to the 10 to 12 mark before that happens if you got after it yesterday.
True.
Anyways.
Trout Golfer says, you see him chuck that club. I don't know who you're referencing.
Who chucked the club?
Who chucked the club?
3 or 4 holes, probably.
Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, maybe even
I'd
earlier.
actually
Depends
say
on when I
8.
got there.
I'd say hole 8, but that's normally you are well into the round.
Yeah,
I'll say
for sure.
Also on the Liv side, Terrell Hatton, I feel like, is going to also play pretty well this week. I'm just not expecting anything from Phil. I'm not expecting anything from Joaquin. I'm not expecting anything from John Rahm. Cam Smith is an interesting one, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cam Smith could be interesting as well. Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about, and you just put it in there. Answer with the club toss. Look that up. I do know what you're talking about, Abraham. Yes, I do love that. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was pretty good.
Like a big toss?
It wasn't
hurt anybody?
Matt every level, but it was pretty solid. So
Okay.
I'll give him that. That's pretty good. Now, Louis Oosthuizen. Could Louis win again?
I don't know.
Louis's got one Open Championship.
I mean, you said it yourself. Like where they're playing at this week, it could
be a lot.
Could be somebody like that.
It brings in a lot of players. It's
Yeah.
not one of these to where it's like, hey, the guys that are absolutely puring their irons and are bombers of the golf ball are going to win this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that. So I actually don't foresee a Scotty Scheffler winning this week, which is a shocker because for the first 3 majors of the year, I was like Scotty Scheffler. And now it's like, I don't think Scotty Scheffler has a chance this week, which is kind of a
I'd probably second that.
complete flip around on that whole entire deal. But that being said, let's go through a little field analysis here with the PGA Tour guys. Since I brought up a little bit of the Liv Golf side, we got Scotty Scheffler. And my question to you around Scotty is his game good enough to win an Open Championship? Obviously, he has not won one yet, so we shall see.
Is Scotty's game good enough? Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Fuck yeah. Yes. I think so.
Love that.
Yeah. I think his numbers, being able to stay out of trouble, like you said, you don't have to hit it 1,000,000 miles out there.
Look at this new time.
Is there a lot of bunkers at this golf course?
Yes.
There you go. So staying out of those. Yeah.
HR Biggs _120 says, bro, 3 likes. Bro, we've talked about this in so many weeks.
It's weird.
It's unbelievable. We don't understand it. We obviously have our crew that is always commenting and so forth. But, yeah, you know what? Folks, subscribe, like, make sure to dive in here and let's keep this thing moving and grooving. But it is an Enigma HR Biggs _120 that we have not figured out yet. We still sit here and we do know that there's some haters that do watch this podcast, but I will also say that there's some people that don't want to be known.
Yeah, they like it, but they don't. They're like,
I actually had a good buddy of mine. I showed Butsy some of the text messages. Good buddy of mine. He texts me. He goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know that one of my good friends is an anonymous listener." And I'm like, "Who is it?" He's like, "Can't say. Just know that he loves you guys, loves you, and loves what you bring to the table." I'm like, "Great.
Bring it to the table, baby."
We may never see them like an episode ever. But Jeff Mossbrucker, he is a longtime listener. Hideki Matsuyama ? Well, I wore red, white, and blue today because my pick happens to be an American.
Leftover spaghetti.
In my heart.
Interesting.
There's a clue there. Now,
sorry.
Scotty Scheffler, is his game good enough? You say yes. I say yes.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, I don't know.
No, his game.
He hasn't really proved
himself. His game is
himself.
good enough. His putting is not the best. We know this, and that's the big difference between Tiger in his prime, Scotty Scheffler in his prime. Scotty Scheffler has a great short game. I think Scotty Scheffler is going to play fine out here, but I do not think he is going to get that victory, which, it is what it is. Rory McIlroy, question for you, Butsy. Did he show enough at the Scottish Open that he's recovered from the U.S. Open?
No.
He's saying all the right things, by the way.
No.
So he's saying, I went to New York City after the U.S. Open, changed my phone number, was just amongst the people. Nobody cared whether or not I did whatever. And sure enough,
shit, here we are at a major again, and we've got one of these fucking putts again, and I think I'm going to go ahead and shit down my leg.
You got to love it. You got to absolutely love it. And that being said,
thank you for de-mannequining me.
I saw that. I'm
I
like,
was kind of digging it. I was like, damn.
There's like an appearance thing on here, and I think that's what we've run into a few times.
Scotty just sprayed me with some growth hormone back there.
Yeah.
What's going on? Hit me with that deer antler.
So, HR Biggs _120 says, seriously, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it too. Kyle over at Cart Barn, guys, is it appropriate to pull out some leftover spaghetti mid-round? Absolutely. The Italians love that, which is why the Italians are not always winning. Shit all over you. You do have shit all over you. I will say this. I was impressed with Rory McIlroy during Media Day, and I was also impressed with Rory McIlroy in his finish at the Genesis Scottish Open. So I'm going to say no, he is not, because if you get him back in that same situation, I think I don't think he's going to play poorly. I just don't think he's going to win. I think if you get him in that situation once again to where he needs to make a putt, those ghosts are going to come back. Those demons.
He's going to hear from his inner self.
By the way, what did you just pull out of your pocket that's in tin foil? What is that?
Don't worry about it, dude.
It looks like a pocket of tin foil.
No, it's just a little.
What do you have?
It's a.
It's a taco.
It's a pocket taco.
Oh my God! This guy's been keeping a taco in his pocket the entire time.
It's so Italian.
Oh my God! You got him hungry. You got him hungry, Kyle. All right. So here's the next question.
Sorry.
Ludwig Ober, or no, sorry, Xander Schauffele. Can he keep up his consistent play and finish in the top 10 this week?
Absolutely.
I agree with that. I think I'm going to say it right here. Xander Schauffele is a guarantee to finish in the top 10 this week. Guarantee. So go ahead, go to your FanDuels, your sports books, everything, and sure enough. By the way, Dylan Vaudry brings up a really good point. I just saw it pop up as I was talking about that. He goes, Taco Tuesday. I always forget that it's Tuesday when we do these episodes, and I never eat tacos because of that on Tuesdays. Used to be a big Taco Tuesday guy.
Still warm.
Jeff Musbrucker says, I am in New York City. Funny I didn't see Rory. Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Okay. I didn't know you were in New York City. That's pretty awesome because obviously that was my old stomping grounds as well. Now, as we get into Cart Barn Guys, nothing like a pocket taco. Love that. So Xander is the lock of the week when it comes to a top 10. Go to your local sports books and book that bet right now. I don't care what the odds are. That is a guarantee. Ludwig Oberg, does he have the killer instinct to close out a major? What do you think?
I think so.
I don't. That's one where
Why?
I am going to say absolutely not.
Why?
Ludwig Oberg, because he came out onto the scene as a college grad, right? And immediately he ends up winning over on the DP World Tour in the Alps. No, I'm okay. He wins in the Alps, the Swiss Alps. Then from there, gets into the Ryder Cup, plays pretty gosh darn well. Comes back over, wins in the RSM Classic, which was great. And then we really haven't seen him win anything, right? However, he's been playing at a very high level. This kid has a ton of game. This kid should have won 2 to 3 more tournaments by this point in the year. That's where I sit with him.
I got you.
To where, like, I don't see that gene in him. I think he just has a shit ton of talent. I think he still needs to learn how to win. The RSM Classic at the end of the year, do you really think that he was just like, oh, this is a pressure-packed situation? I don't. The Swiss Alps, for what was going on, I think he was still riding the high, getting onto the PGA Tour on the PGA Tour U setup, coming right out of college. Like, he was still in a whirlwind. Ends up winning that just because he's got a tremendous amount of talent. But I think this kid still needs to learn how to win. And the Genesis Scottish Open was the telltale for me. That was a tournament that he won. Heading into Sunday, all he had to do was play a solid round of golf, and he wins that golf tournament. He blew it. So to me,
as such,
I don't think that he is that player that has that, that moxie, that clutchness of like a Jordan Spieth when he came out at 20 years old, 21, and all of a sudden goes and wins the John Deere and then wins the Masters and goes on, right? So that's where I sit on him. I'm still a Tom Kim guy when it comes to the battle between the two of them.
that's fair.
Also, let's see here. ETA on the tee off. It's a great question. I actually don't know what time it's going to be in Arizona when they do tee off. It's got to be like
2 a.m.
either that or if they're like the later tee times, it's going to be like 7, 8 in the morning. Because that's how it was for the Scottish Genesis Open, which, by the way, I don't mind waking up and all of a sudden having golf on.
No.
And having the final group teeing off. So really love that. Let's say, is Mike Ochi. Fantastic guy. He's back. Is that Pat McAfee on the right? So this is the right-hand side. So is he talking about me or you? Because
Or on that screen.
we've had, or on the screen, we have had some haters that on social media. One guy on Twitter said that you look like, who's the political guy that got sued?
Oh, yeah.
For Sandy Hook?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, and then I was you were the Make-A-Wish Alex Jones, and I was the Make-A-Wish Pat McAfee.
You're like
That was on
Pat
one.
McAfee.
Then we had one on, that was the other one on TikTok.
Yeah.
They go, you look like the Temu Pat McAfee, but you had the hair that day.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were talking about you on that one because I was wearing a hat.
I'll take all of
But
it.
who
I
knows?
like it all.
I did too.
Yeah.
It that's a compliment.
For sure.
I mean, you're going to tell me that a guy making $16 million that I'm the Make-A-Wish version of him?
Yeah.
I'm in. And I like Pat McAfee. I really do. Dan Patrick's my guy, but Pat McAfee is absolutely solid. Watch both of them on a week or on a daily basis.
You seem like a Rush Limbaugh guy.
No, never listened to him. Yeah.
Me neither, but
Yeah.
you just seem like him.
Very good. So Bryson DeChambeau, will he be in contention come Sunday? Let the people see.
See what?
Bryson.
Oh, a little bee down there.
Oh no. Oh, the mic's in the way. There he is. There he is.
Kiss that thing.
He's right behind Butsy, by the way.
Kiss that, dude. You got kicked by a horse. Sorry. How's that drink, bud?
It's almost done. I need some Canna Dip.
I'm gonna get you tonight.
Here we go. Canna Dip it is.
Get you to spit something up.
That won't be a problem. Canna Dip. I remember the last time.
I like 2.
I'm going to take 1.
Do 1, but you got to throw it next to the knob in there.
Yeah, you got to go in the back pocket, right? Oh, I missed that one. Okay, here we go.
I was like, what's in that? Is that cannabis? I'm like, no. It's literally shredded coconut fiber.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's cannabis. Canna Dip.
It's
got cannabis in it.
It doesn't. It has terpenes, but it's like an isolate. They just spray the fucking coconut powder. That's all it is, with a bunch of flavoring.
Why do they throw the Canna Dip on it then?
Well, because it's a cannabis-derived terpene.
Perfect. See?
Yeah.
Has cannabis. Love that.
Anyways.
Here we go. So there's a lot of comments going on. I have no idea where to catch up right now. Trot Golfer says, our right. Who's on your right? Because this is my right. So on that right would be, so they are calling you the Pat McAfee. There you go. You got that going for you, which is nice.
Okay.
And then Mike Hoochie's back. He says, you seem more like a Bill Simmons to me.
I love Mike Hoochie's avatar.
Yeah,
his little picture there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's balding. Looks like he's straight out of Office Space.
Yeah. It's like Frasier. You okay? Still can't get these things in there.
Never done them.
It's okay.
Fantastic, though. Lemony. Very lemony. I'll be honest, not a big fan of Bill Simmons, so that one's actually quite the insult to me. Even though great sportscaster and so forth, not a big Bill Simmons guy. So if you're calling me Bill Simmons, that's fine. But yeah, not a big Bill Simmons guy.
You're not a Bill guy.
Not a Bill guy. Not a Boston guy. He's a Boston guy. Loves those Boston sports teams. Now, as we get into John Rahm, can he turn his year around at this Open Championship?
I think so. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. What do you think? I don't. He might be in the top 10. I don't think he's going to win it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to.
Top 10?
I don't think it's going to turn his year around either.
Top 10, though?
No. Top 20. I'll go top 20 with John Rahm.
Okay.
John struggled, man. And he did say that he has found something with the driver. Apparently, they made some tweaks equipment-wise and everything. So, sure enough, hopefully he is able to come back and play well this week. I would love to see John Rahm start to turn his year around. Golf misses John Rahm playing at a very high level.
I agree.
I think he adds a really good element to it. Brian Harmon, can he repeat?
No.
This is one to where it is weird because I feel like he can, but I don't think he will. So, like, this is a golf course that a short hitter can get away with certain things. The course plays hard. You could hit low shots. It can go a mile, even though you don't hit it that far. Like, there's all those qualities to me that Brian Harmon could end up playing really, really well this week, but I just don't see it. He hasn't had the best of years, but him turning back in that trophy, I think is going to do a little bit something to his psyche.
You think that's going to spark some memory? You think that's going to give him a little voltage?
I think it's going to get him going.
Yeah.
Gets the people going. It's provocative.
I mean, like you said earlier, this is a tough one to call from what it sounds like.
This golf tournament is
It's just
by
a
far
tough
the most
one.
lost that I have been all year long.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to be the best one. So, Bobby Mack, will he be still hungover from last week?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into our picks. What do you think? It's your call. I always give you first dibs. I don't know why I do this to you, but I always give you the first dibs. I mean, we're Americans in Scotland. We got a lot
Going on back there. Man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be.
Get it together right
I think
now.
it's time. I'm gonna put money on Tiger Woods.
Oh.
I'm gonna put money on Tiger. I'm gonna put money on.
Wait, that's your pick? You're going full America. I thought you were going to go with John Daly today.
John Daly's not playing, is he? John Daly, no, but like when Tiger won the Masters, I think like enough time has gone by. I think he's healthy, and if he just stays healthy for the walk, I think he's going to blow people's balls back this week. They're going to be like, oh, my God, I told you so.
Okay.
Tiger, Xander, and the Mantis.
Okay. So here's the thing. I had to bring up Trot Golfer's comment. Matt's lost, but he's going with Colin, so am I. So, see, you ratted me out here because I'm not that lost. It was always going to be Colin Morikawa. He has been playing so well. Like, he's so in form right now. The putter started going at the Genesis. He just hasn't had that one round that he goes super low that all of a sudden he's at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Like, he was up there this week, but he was never really there, if you know what I mean. But Colin Morikawa, love him. American, let's go, America. So Colin Morikawa, I am going with him this week at the Open Championship. I will say, I don't mind your Akshay Bhatia, but I don't think he has the type of game. Akshay Bhatia's got to hit a lot of greens if he's going to win. I don't think he is an Open Championship type of guy yet in his early career. I think he still needs to learn that.
Okay.
I don't love Bryson this week.
No, I don't either. I'm pretty much out on Bryson.
I like Xander for a top 10.
You don't like the Tiger pick?
Tiger to me.
You're trying to tell me that if Tiger gets it going out there and starts picking this place apart with all the experience and his body's feeling good, and he just makes a couple putts, that he's not going to like potentially blow everybody's mind and just be like, yes, he told you. I still got it.
Tiger to me is a year or two away.
Especially with the Colin thing and like just.
Oh, I think his ego
he's
right
just
now
fucking
is
poised
like
to do it again.
firing on all levels, and
done.
he's like, I am going to fucking prove to you,
Yeah.
like once again, that I am the best player in the world, and I will show you that I'm the greatest golfer that ever lived.
And given all that, is this not the venue where if it was going to happen, this is probably the best chance? Based on his ability, I mean, his knowledge. I mean, what was the year that he played? He didn't hit in a bunker? Like, I don't remember exactly, but
It's a great reference, though.
no, but like he knows how to play golf over here and
He does.
and win a lot.
He does.
So I don't know.
Tiger's been hit or miss at the Open Championship. You know, a stat that I heard the other day that was really impressive is how many top 10s Jack Nicklaus had at Open Championships. His average at Open Championships was, I believe, something ridiculous like third place was his average finish at Open Championships.
Solid.
Which is insane when you think about that.
Yeah.
But for me, Tiger is a year or two away. I don't think his body is completely there yet to where he can do what he wants to do. And that's a thing. When he won in 2019 at the Masters, everything was clicking on all cylinders heading into that. And it was like, yeah, that is the one opportunity. My body put a bunch of money on him right at the beginning of the week. So, like, that was heading in that right direction. I don't think his body's there yet. Just listening to him in media day, he's getting closer and closer, which means that he feels positive in where his game is heading and that this is going to eventually happen to where he's going to be able to compete again.
Yeah.
I don't think it is this week, but I think he's telling himself that it could be this week. And you're telling yourself that it could be this week.
I think it could be. I think this is the perfect spot for it to happen. If it was going to happen anytime soon, like you said, you don't have to hit it a million miles. You literally just got to pick this place apart, stay in play, stay in the fairway, hit greens, and roll a few in. It's over.
Trot brings up a great point that weather is always a factor at the Open Championships. It really depends on your draw as to what day, like what time,
Yeah.
and each day are you going out, because sometimes you could get absolutely screwed by the weather. I don't see that happening this week just based off of the forecast. I think it's going to be pretty consistent throughout. So I don't foresee that happening, but it's also Scotland, so
Right.
it can absolutely change day to
If
day.
it's freezing cold and raining, then Tiger's probably completely out. But yeah, if it's just you got to battle the wind a little bit and the temperature is decent, I don't know. I'm sticking with it. I feel good about it.
Yeah, no, you should absolutely do that. It's too bad that John Daly is not in the field, because I feel like the way you're looking right now, that it would be his week.
Got the lion on, dude. Look at that.
The Lion. It's fantastic. So there you have it, folks. You got Tiger Woods over here. I don't encourage anybody to follow Batsu this week, but and then I've got Colin Morikawa. So there you have it, folks.
Daly is playing.
Is he playing? No, he can't be.
That's what he's saying.
So Trot Golfer's letting us know that love the Tiger pick, and Daly is playing.
Oh,
I didn't see Daly playing this week, but sure, that's fantastic. We're just going to let that ride. We're going to let it ride. Fuck me running. Now, as we get into the Swanie Style segment, and then we'll open it up for a Q&A with our audience members. First of all, Swanie Style segment in honor of the Open Championship. What's your opinion on plaid pants?
love plaid pants. Love
Me
them.
too.
Yeah, love that old look like that for sure.
Oh, I can't move out. I almost tried to move out of the way for you so that you could show the plaid skirt out of Scotty Scheffler. That is a Scottish skirt there for Scotty. If you are watching,
It's called a kilt.
It is a kilt. It is 100% a kilt. The Scottish people love it. My buddy Sean, he absolutely loves his. So
Sean, where's a kilt?
Oh yeah, he's from St. Andrews, Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's not
There you
weird.
go. Now, in colder conditions, have you ever been a guy that has worn, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no, but have you ever been a guy that has worn cashmere?
I have. I used
Wow.
to own a V-neck Carlisle. I don't even know if they still make clothes.
Argyle.
No, the brand was
Oh.
Carlisle, and it was one piece of clothing. I dressed like Tiger when I was in my late teens and grew up with him. So, yeah, I had like that swaggy look. I go out and that was my warm up. It was the only time I've ever worn
Wow, that's
anything long
great.
sleeves. Yeah, it was a cashmere sweater.
I love that.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I
a
got
big
it at
cashmere
Ross.
guy. When I get into cold weather, I'm like Cashmere Keith. I absolutely love a good cashmere. And by the way, it is a wardrobe necessity to always have a black V-neck cashmere sweater. You can throw that on even in like a little bit warmer weather if you go over to Pebble Beach.
And we're saying the same thing, right? Like the bottom's got the little bit tighter part.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of grabs a
Yeah,
little. Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Hell
Yep.
yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Cashmere, baby, like Cashmere Keith. So that's the Swanie Style segment. We just wrapped that up, and now we got a little Q&A here with the audience. So first of all, Trot Golfer throws in. And by the way, if John Daly is playing and Colin Montgomery is shitting on Tiger Woods for still playing, what the fuck? Like, that's all I have to say to that.
Daly probably fight him.
Daly is plus, is that 50,000 or 500?
500,000.
Jesus, yeah. I mean,
I wonder what is it for him to make the cut?
so is Justin Leonard.
God damn.
Wow.
What if JL?
What if JL just comes out of
What's
nowhere?
the odds on those dudes to make the cut?
That's unbelievable.
Give me a plus 100,000 to make the cut. I'd fucking put $10 on it.
Oh man, because at Royal Troon, you tend to see some old guys actually being up there.
What was the year that
Tom Watson.
Yeah,
I know.
that was the biggest, most painful
Stuart
thing I've
Sink
ever watched.
won that one.
That one killed me. When he hit it, he hit 7-iron
And
like
he three-putted.
10 yards over the green, and yeah, remember how pumped we were?
Oh my God.
Oh, I was like, yeah, we're about to watch history because it was a record.
It was history. I mean, it was history in the making, and really thought Tom Watson was going to pull that off.
And Stewie Stink.
What golf course was that Stuart Sink stole that Open Championship from Tom Watson? Gosh.
How old was he? 60 or 57, 67?
I think he was in his 60s.
Yeah. Just jihading it right down the fairway, dude. Yeah. And he actually hit a good shot into that last hole. He was just a little juiced up.
He was juiced up, and then you could tell the nerves got to him.
Yeah.
The nerves with the short game. All of a sudden, he tried putting the one off the
It
green.
rolled up like shit, then he missed a little. What do you have, like 8 feet or some shit?
Yeah.
Rough deal.
God. And then
I'll
they
never
went to the
forget that.
playoff, and
God.
then he was done.
Yeah.
Turnberry, 2009. Thanks,
Yeah.
Trot Golf. I'll throw you up here. There we go. 2009 at Turnberry.
I'll tell you what, I got to give a shout out to Trot. Like, this dude is this guy's a student of the game if there ever was one.
I feel like Trot is our research analyst.
Yeah, like he knows his shit.
Trot.
I don't know if he's just that fast on Google and he's like, Alexa, who wanted to?
Whenever I need information, I throw that out to our audience member, Trot Golfer, and he throws it up there within a matter of like Would you say within a minute?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like he knows it. He actually knows it. He's not. It's right on the edge of how fast are you typing this on Google, or do you know this shit?
Mike Hoochie, which poor Mike. Mike's got a bad receding hairline.
Yeah, it's time to let that one
Looks
go.
like he might have worked for Microsoft in the 90s.
He looks like a Star Trek
He says
character.
he's AI, he's not real.
Mike, you're not real either, but we know that's not you.
Trot's laughing at that one, and good old no, and Kyle, Cart Barn guy says I'm the same.
Lots of AI
references.
AI
here.
help.
Yeah.
Friends with him. Wow. What happened?
You killed our mics again.
What was it?
It was the
the
cough. Yeah, it was the cough.
Son of a biscuit.
Hate to see it. But folks, this is our Q&A time. So who do you guys not only like for the Open Championship, but what questions do you have for us around the Open Championship? Would love to help answer any of your questions at this point.
Do you think that they should make cutoff golf shirts?
I think they should.
Especially in Arizona in the summertime. Like
I would not look good in those, but man,
you'd look good in them.
You look solid tonight, bud.
I feel like I look like Paul Senior from Orange County Choppers, maybe. I don't know.
My God, that's a great reference.
I'm gonna be him for Halloween this year.
You blew it. Now everybody's gonna try to be Paul Senior. Yeah.
Oh damn it, Paul!
Oh, here we go. So Mike has just turned his account back to Dr. Barry McCockiner.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna.
A lot of bots in here tonight. He said. You know.
You think he giggles when he starts signing into his other names?
How do you apply dominance on the first tee?
No eye contact.
Really? You don't go eye contact?
I act like I'm playing as a single if I really want to do it right. And then I walk the first hole. And I don't wait for the other players to hit their tee shot. Slam the cover on the ground. Act like you got a caddy and just take off and walking. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like right after you hit yours, and always go first.
Interesting.
You always go first. Yeah.
Well, I will say this. I normally will look people in the eye, and I will usually, I'll let other people bring up what the bet is going to be on the first tee. And I really just kind of give them a look of disapproval. Whenever they're a little too low on the money.
Look at the camera and give them that look. What does that look? Yeah, it's like a dickhead. You're like, oh, this guy's a dick. This guy's a dick. Yeah.
So
he has a Brooks Brothers shirt in his closet for sure.
That's how much you want to play for today?
Are you sure?
Are you going to be able to go home and tell your wife, hey, I won $20 today?
You'd let me wear this to play golf out there, Trump?
Yeah.
Wait, favorite golf swing?
Oh, hang on. Here we go. So, favorite golf swing. Emiliano Grillo is mine.
I mean,
seriously, don't know how he doesn't win more. Well, he's a mental case. So, Grillo, good golfer. Not my favorite golf swing. Who's your favorite golf swing, Butsy?
And I think he copied the best and then did it a little better. Adam Scott.
God damn it. I don't want to seem like a homer here, but Adam Scott is my pick for the best golf swing. Actually, I forget who posted it today on Instagram, but somebody posted all of Adam Scott's golf swings and said, how does this guy not win more? Oh, my God. I hate to even bring this up, but it was actually flushing it. And I'm not a huge fan of that account whatsoever. I don't love his live opinions and so forth. He's a big live homer and has become a big live homer. But he was spot on with that one, with putting up all the Adam Scott swings. And if you realize, he wasn't a guy with a huge shoulder swing.
Yeah.
And he was just so on plane with his arms and then dropped it into the slot.
Robotic.
And it was so great.
It looks there's nothing
It was
wrong.
identical, and he did it throughout the years, and it never really changed, especially while he was under Butch. Dylan Vaudry says Anthony Kim. I like that one.
AK is good.
Kyle says Keegan Bradley. Little twitchy for me on the Keegan Bradley pick. I can't really look at that.
Golf swing, though.
Dr. Barry McCockiner is trolling with Bubba Watson all day.
Well, that's where I was going next. Is who is the worst? Who has the worst golf?
Who
swing?
has the worst golf swing that is homemade that actually works?
I'll go first.
Jim Furyk.
Tommy Two Gloves Gainey.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Me was Jim Furyk. Jim Furyk to me was a
I
homegrown
used to call
swing.
him Jim Furdick.
Oh man, there's some stories there.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody has anything else, feel free to chime in there. I did skip one by accident, which was Trot. Not open stuff, but did either of you watch Phil versus Grant Horvath?
I could give a shit less about those YouTube matches.
Okay, I'm gonna say that I did watch it. Okay, and in that, Phil actually cracks me up. Phil has such an ego that it actually really cracks me up. And to see Grant, who's such a nice kid, just be manipulated by him throughout the entire golf round. So
Now I got to watch it.
Grant got 5 shots from Phil. Phil manipulated him right from the beginning. He's like, how many shots did you give John Rahm? How many shots did you give Sergio Garcia? Like, got into it with him. And he's like, talking about his age. He's like, listen, I'm fucking 65 years old. You're how old? 25? Okay, so you have literally 40 years on me. Like, you feel comfortable giving like yourself 5 shots on me?
Right.
And there was just all this back and forth. And then one of the best moments, in my opinion, was when Grant goes to hit a 60-degree wedge out of the rough. And Phil starts talking very scientifically, like, that's ryegrass there. And, normally you would expect it to be a flyer. However, it's what I like to call a dead flyer, to where there's no spin on the ball and it actually flies a little bit shorter and doesn't have any spin on it. So Grant goes back. Poor kid. Like, you can just tell this kid's being manipulated left and right.
Yeah.
Goes back, grabs his 56, hits it over the green, OB. Phil wins. Like, that whole entire thing to me, I sat there watching that going, I want to play Phil, and I will and if he gives me 5 shots, he's going to lose. That, bottom line. Phil gives me 5
Maybe.
shots, he will lose. Because he's not going to pull those mental games with me. And we're going to have a good little verbal war throughout an entire round. That's my opinion on it. But you know what? I'm not an influencer. I don't have a YouTube channel.
That's my beef with Grant. Nothing against him personally, but there's a billion people across the United States alone with arguably better personalities and much more talent that are not playing competitive golf anywhere. That would be a lot better match and be a lot more fun to watch. They just have jobs and shit. And
it's true.
Yeah, so
factual.
Yeah, I mean, to become one of these YouTube guys, you got to go out and do that shit week in and week out, and somebody is paying for you. You don't just say, you know what, I'm a halfway decent golfer, I'm going to go be famous on YouTube. You got to have the ability to go out and do that, and somebody's paying those bills in order for that to happen. So nothing against him. I'm a little jealous that he has that opportunity, but in terms of logging in and watching these matches and only amplifying it more, I'm out. How do I really feel?
I'm not really jealous. It's more so kind of looking at the match and everything, and I'm like, wow, he stood on that first tee not having a chance. Phil dominated him. He was a deer in headlights.
What did they shoot?
The very first moment. That's where I'm going to be honest with you. I said I watched it. I watched about half of it, and I'm just like, I can't watch it anymore because it got boring.
Yeah.
Like, there were some initial really good parts, like Phil manipulating him and everything, but then you saw where the match was going to go, and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm good on that.
Gotcha.
And by the way, Phil still very much so in match play type of stuff can still play. It's just like in not high stakes. It's like in pro events, he's not the same guy anymore. Like, he can't compete with the level of what these other guys are at. But if you get him in a money game,
yeah,
Phil is going to thrive in those scenarios because he gets to work the mind games, gets to work everything. And that's where I would love, that would be just a really fun time to go up against Phil Mickelson in that type of situation and see who wins the mental game.
That's a good reference there, Matt Wolf golf swing.
Yeah, let's get back into the ugly golf swing. So, Dr. Barry says Matt Wolf for his favorite ugly golf swing. We've got Trot Golfer says Freddie Jacobson. God, Freddie Jock, you're going back.
I can't picture his golf swing.
Oh God, it was not good. I will tell you that much. Freddie Jock was I actually really enjoyed watching him growing up.
Mm-hmm.
He was a good golfer. Once again, another vote for Matt Wolf from Jeff Mossbrucker. We've got Trot coming back with Butsy. Self-reflecting is the best part of the show.
I'm not sure what that means, but
me neither.
thank
But
you.
it's provocative and it gets the people going. Now, Z Polson. Good to see Dr. Barry back in here. I totally agree.
So that's the guy's actual account. That's like his real person account, and then he's got the fake ones.
I agree. It's good to see Dr. Barry back. Absolutely love that. Love a little bit of trolling going on.
It is funny
too.
though, Doctor.
Yeah. Dr. Bear.
Oh God.
Hey, Dr. Bear, how you doing? All right. Well, you know, from an Open Championship standpoint, anybody could win this week.
Yeah. But Tiger's gonna win. So.
Well, that's Butsy's pick.
What are his odds? What's Tiger at?
Let me take a look here.
Plus 25,000, probably something like that.
Keep talking and I'll pull it up.
About 20. Everybody, did you see Barkley? What is it? The ACC. Zyre Golf posted him hitting that ball fat. God damn it, you fat fuck! Kids loved it.
Kids did love it.
They didn't like
it's
that
real
one,
good.
though.
Let's see. Tiger Woods' odds.
Come on, Maddie.
Come on.
Come on now.
You can do this. Trying.
Robert McIntyre. He's got a little bit of. I'm going to say that, but that's all right.
I know where you're going with it, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, he looks like a fabric softener.
All right, so Tiger. Wow, he's way down there. There's so many guys in front of him. Did I skip over him?
Brought you a present. Which one
Oh my God.
do you want?
Look at those. I'm still looking for Tiger. David Poog.
You probably want Colin, because this is your guy.
Oh my God, you're giving me a wow.
It's a UD canvas as well. That's a nice one right there. That's like
wow.
That's like fucking 40 boxes worth of cards to open one of those. That's a good one right
Guys,
there.
look at
Bud.
that.
Oh, yeah. See how it's cut through? Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
If he's coming down the stretch and you don't know if he's going to pull it out, just swipe that like a credit card, your butt
Wow.
cheeks, and then he'll feel it.
Guys, I am trying to find.
Are we still not?
I can't find Tiger Woods on. Oh, there he is.
Tiger withdraws.
He is plus 600.
Plus 600?
That's what ESPN has him at to win. Or no, hang on a second.
I was going to say
No,
there's
that's
fucking
not
way.
that's not to
Put
win.
up 1 and another 0.
Sorry, he couldn't pull 200 to 1 to win.
Okay.
He's plus 600, top 20.
I like. So Jeff says, does Tiger get nervous if he is actually close to winning this week?
No.
The last guy.
So let's
out there.
Let's pull that up here. Okay. Does Tiger get nervous if he is close to winning this week?
I
And
didn't say I blew it. I didn't touch it.
you did. You did again.
I just
but
breathed
it's
it.
okay. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, no.
It's water.
Breaking things.
It's water.
That'll be fun. Okay. Does he get nervous? Now, if you guys do recall, 2019, Tiger Woods was chewing on a little something, little CBD.
Is that the cannabidiol?
Little CBD. So, I don't think so. I think he stays rock solid if he is.
Am I
up
talking
there.
you into a Tiger pick here? Are we? Is it
No.
starting to marinate a little bit? Like this might happen?
Listen, he definitely is feeling better, body wise.
Yeah. He looks like it. He doesn't look stiff.
He's not walking with a limp. He looks like he can make it through 4 full days of golf.
Mm-hmm.
Even at Pinehurst, like, even though he didn't make the cut, his golf swing didn't look bad.
No.
He just looked like he hadn't played in a major in some time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where, like, yeah, you might be talking me a little bit into it.
I mean,
That's for sure.
day one, you're going to know after day one, I think.
Trust Tiger's on so many perks. He's all in with 9 to play.
And that might be, I mean, who knows?
Might be accurate.
If he's got the juice with him, who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough to say.
Oh, it got my thumb over here. There you go.
I don't want to do that for me, dude. How'd you do that? Or did somebody do that?
No, that's us. I'm not quite sure what's happening at this point. This Canada has really gone to my head now.
Did Butsy put cash on Tiger? No, I'm going to do that tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did Butsy put cash on plus 20,000? 200 to 1.
Yeah.
You better.
I mean, it'd be worse
if
than that.
if you're gonna say it on the podcast,
I'll post the bet slip on Instagram.
you got to actually come through with that. Trot also says the young Kepka has me thinking. Yeah, it's over here on the right. This guy.
God, he's a creepy little fucker when he was younger, wasn't he?
I mean, yeah.
Looks like a family sitcom.
He can't like that picture.
Mm-mm. No, I think that's gone around, and yeah. What else we got back there?
Kind of the flow in the front.
Oh, man. What if we
Actually,
what
you
if
know
we-
who he looks like in that picture? Daniel Jones, quarterback of the New York Giants.
Be great to see, like, a Tiger Cam Smith tied for the lead with, like, 5 to play on Sunday. I mean, actually, there's a question for you. Let's just say Tiger's leading. Who would you like to see tied with him with the back 9 to play out of everybody that's playing?
Scotty Scheffler.
Woo! That would be, yeah, that's even, why did I think of that? That's way better. That would have everybody just, oh, like, yeah. Can you
Because-
imagine? Oh, I blew the mic.
You did.
Sorry, I get excited.
You
dude.
did. It's all right. You did blow it, but here's the thing.
I would call you and say, we're going to the bar. Like, we're
Yeah,
meeting,
no. I would
We're
100%.
meeting somewhere.
I would, and actually, there's a great place right over here that I will talk to you about after.
Very
But we would be there. We might be betting on horses in addition to gambling
good. I
on
think
the
I
golf.
know
guide.
exactly where you're talking about.
So
Great place.
that being said, yes, we would absolutely be in the bar. Just we might have to go live stream at that point with that entire situation because all of a sudden now you get the entire dynamic of the media going, is Scotty Scheffler as good as Tiger Woods?
When he's on.
That would
We
be
have a
interesting.
resurgence of him being on. It's been a long time. And, yeah, is Scheffler crumble? The Tiger, like so many people did when he has his A game, on the back 9 on Sunday. How many people did you watch? Remember how he used to just crack people? And that's what a lot of people don't talk about. The skill level and all that, and the tenacity to chip in and make 50-foot putts. But he mentally ruined people.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
He was mentally head and shoulders above everybody he was playing against. And when you went one-on-one with Tiger, you did not normally win unless you could not speak English and your name was KJ Choi.
there's a good golf swing. I liked him.
That guy did not feel pressure, and that guy had a classic over-the-top golf swing.
He
It was
a fucking
awesome.
Samurai.
He also, do you know, fun fact, that he was a power lifter growing up.
I did know that. I
Yeah.
did know that. Another fun fact: Paul Azinger didn't break par until he was junior year of college, I think, something like that.
Ian Poulter was a 3 handicap when he decided to turn pro.
For real?
Yeah. He was not a great junior golfer coming
So
up.
all you
through.
guys out there,
Yeah,
sell it all.
You got a chance.
Sell it all. Get out there.
Great advice. Tiger versus Colin versus Bob. Who you going with? So that's Colin Morikawa, not Montgomery, and then that's Bob McIntyre. Who you got?
Tiger.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much trying to tell you is if Tiger is tied for the lead with 9 holes to play, I don't care if he's 75 years old. I think, yeah. If he gets to that point, he's dominating.
I think you got to go Tiger in that situation. Colin Morikawa probably is more informed, but I feel like if they're in the final group, Tiger and Colin Morikawa, okay?
Yeah.
Tiger, all he has to do is stand over Colin a few times and just look down at him.
Yeah.
And it's just like in that aura, in that energy, I just don't think Colin comes through in that moment. But Colin is a clutch player. We saw that in the PGA Championship when he won his first PGA Championship, when he drove the par 4.
Yeah.
And he stuck it to like 8 feet and then made the putt, which was even more impressive. I mean, Colin Morikawa is a player. And he's shown it in the Ryder Cup that he can play in that type of environment as well. So he's a clutch player. But Tiger Woods brings a different element. I mean, let's face it, folks. Tiger Woods killed Molinari's career.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Like, he put him straight into retirement. That's no joke. Like, that is real. Molinari's... He was on a trend to where, like, he was gaining more distance. Do you remember his whole pre-shot routine to where, like, he would hop?
Yeah.
He would, like, squat and hop, and he would do that like on the range and stuff, and people were picking on him. The media was getting on him a little bit, and then all of a sudden we saw that translate into the Masters, and he's hitting the ball pretty far and everything, and he was just like, we called him at the time a parasite because he would never go away, no matter how many antibiotics you threw at it.
And then he went away.
And then
he got tigered.
The biggest antibiotic in the world, Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Just dominate. And it's so crazy to see a guy just crumble under that pressure, but then never return to reality.
Like he found out in that moment that he's not the best.
No, and that
he cannot beat the best.
He will never be a good golfer again. Like, that was ripped out of his soul by Tiger.
Yeah. He fatality'd him.
He Mortal Kombated him.
He fucking fatality'd him.
Oh my God, he Mortal Kombated him.
He did.
He pulled a scorpion.
And it's not just it's bad enough that, Tiger's side-eyeing you and shit, and like,
get over here.
But the crowds too. Like the energy.
What was the blue version of Scorpion? Was that's
Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
And didn't he have a fatality to where he would send out a thing, it would go through somebody, and then he'd go, get over here?
No, that's Scorpion.
Okay.
He had
that was my guy, Scorpion.
He had the chain that came out.
Yeah.
Sub-Zero through the ice. Or you could freeze people and shatter. I was like,
Makes sense.
back, down, forward, back, down.
He was blue.
A.
Yep.
Yeah. Cheat codes.
Yeah, you
Video
gotta
games
love
used to be
cheat codes.
I might stop at GameStop on the way home. And
Do you know that we went up against the MLB All-Star game tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple bets on that as well now that I've been deep in the collecting game.
American League won tonight, 5-3.
Mm-hmm. I want to know how Paul Skeens did.
Juan Soto, 2-run home run. Shohei Ohtani, a 3-run dinger. So between Soto and good old Shohei, the AL dominated tonight, 5-3 over the NL. That being said, by the way, Z. Paulson hooking us up here with a nice little comment. I greatly appreciate that.
You guys had
he
more
said
viewers.
you guys had more viewers. We might have. But it leads a question that I wanted to ask you. I wasn't setting this up to go over more viewers or Trot Golfer saying F baseball. Do you think that golf should have an all-star game?
Yeah.
We don't have one.
I mean, isn't that basically the Players' Championship?
No, because you think about it. Well, I guess it's a tournament, right?
Yeah.
But we don't have like an all-star game. Like the NHL went to like all skills challenges.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if we had like a golf all-star game to where you had
What
a
are they
short
doing?
game section?
Okay. Yeah. So
You had a get out of trouble,
like a decathlon.
a putting challenge.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
Yeah.
Best putters.
it'd be
Cam
cool.
Smith, Denny McCarthy.
It'd be cool to see those guys, and I know these places exist out there on like some of the craziest putt places, right? About like pros and they're putting for a lot of
Yeah.
money. Like something like that would be kind of cool.
But it would be cool to have like a golf all-star game.
Mhm.
Maybe in between the last major of the year and the FedEx Cup.
Yeah, something like that. A skills challenge is cool.
Because we're about to go through a little dead area before we get into the FedEx Cup playoffs after this Open Championship. I think this is where Liv Golf kind of can shine a little bit. Put down the iPad here. And now we are just riffing at this point. Trot Golfer says they did this at Puente Tapatio in the 1990s. And apparently it failed miserably because it never came back.
well, they used to have. Do they still do the skins game?
No.
Right. That was fucking. I used to love watching that. Where was
Like
that?
over Thanksgiving.
Palm Desert.
Was
remember
it?
they
Yeah.
used- yeah. They used
Wasn't
to
it
play
over Thanksgiving too?
Probably.
I feel like it fought against football, and it was like the skins game because that's when Tiger came out on the tour, he was playing against.
They're like this hole's worth 250K.
Yeah.
Like some big cheese.
Now, I was never a big skins game fan though, to be honest with you.
Why not?
I love Shell's Wonderful World of Golf.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was the epitome of exhibition golf at its finest.
A lot of 1v1s. Like
I miss those.
it'd be cool to see those more.
Like, wouldn't it be cool to see Tiger Woods right now against Scotty Scheffler? Maybe not. Could be terrible.
Right
But
now, maybe.
if you throw in like an element like, hey, you get to press if you go 2 down.
Yeah, like
Like a real
a dude's game. on
yeah,
the
like a
weekend.
Nassau.
Yeah. I think that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
A lot more stuff like that. Like anything. It'd be cool.
See, Trot Golfer agrees. Thanksgiving, that was the time. We need shells back. Good call, Matt. Appreciate that, Trot. I'm just trying to bring it for the people. Now, Jeff Mossbrucker, what's your take on TGL? Is it going to be cool or shit? Okay. So I was in the technology world, okay? And actually the company that is doing all the technology for it, I was the VP of sales and marketing for. That being said, I felt like last year it was a rush. And I feel like they were not like there were too many holes because when you have a new technology and to the company that was putting it all together, and you can do some research, figure out who it is. I'm not going to throw out their name, but I'm going to say that they just got into the launch monitor world. And the launch monitors are what they were actually going to do within that whole entire dome creation and everything. So there's some holes. Whenever you have a new technology like that you need time. And I feel like it's actually going to be more successful now because they have the time to be able to get it right. I feel like last year would have been a shit show. I feel like the players would have actually, all you need is Terrell Hatton, like hitting a shot. And by the way, awesome that Terrell Hatton is now on Liv and not going to be a part of TGL because Terrell Hatton would have been like, oh, this isn't fucking real. And sure enough, you would have lost everybody at that point.
I mean, but if that's like the only outlet for extracurricular golf, is that what you want to see?
No, well, we don't know yet.
Or do you want?
I don't
do you
love
wanna
the
see what you just
format
said?
that they came out with. I do love the fact that it was going to be like a stadium setup where the audience was going to be like on top of the players in this like very intimate setting.
Yeah.
And you have this massive screen in front of you, and you're going to utilize technology in order to make this golf experience real.
Yeah.
But with technology.
It's
and
the
not on a
American
golf
Gladiators of golf. Like really, like
It
that's
could-
kind of what it is.
It could have had an opportunity to be really, really cool.
Yeah.
With the downtime and everything, and them being able to have an entire year to still figure this out, I think it's going to actually have a chance. I will say this: I am positive on the TGL. I don't think it's going to be shit. Trot Golfer, I know you're throwing in there that you don't believe that it's going to be any good. Here, let's throw your comment up there. But I will say this. I think that it has a chance of being good. I don't love the format. I feel like the format that they came up with, 6 holes, 6 holes, and 6 holes, and that they were like all these weird things that they were throwing together. I don't love that, but I can be flipped when it comes to that. If the entertainment is good,
I need to see it.
Exactly. You got to see it. But I will say this, like indoor golf and the way that they were going to set it up, we always talked about it, that, hey, the epicenter of indoor golf would be to hit your full shots into a screen. Mm-hmm. All your short shots are now going to be around in a real environment.
Yeah.
And that's what they had created. And I feel like the concept is really cool. I hope that it comes together and is awesome.
Let's at least see it.
Let's see it, because this could lead, by the way, to arenas opening up throughout the country to where, like, you and me can go in and go rent this facility for a period of time to go play 18 holes of golf against your buddies.
Or go compete there, right? You sign, it's like Top Golf. Like, you go and, you have an hour, or you play around or whatever, like tee times.
Yeah. So there you have that, folks. Anything else before we sign off of this epic Open Championship preview episode where we had Brooks Koepka join us? He's over here. We got Colin Montgomery, he looks happy. He's really not. He actually shit himself. I think he's got issues going on there. You got Tiger Woods.
B-Dub.
There. You've got good old Bobby McIntyre joined us. Xander Schauffele dressed up as a police officer. Scotty Scheffler's wearing a kilt and his green jacket. Bryson DeChambeau is over there. And then actually, if you moved even a little bit further, John Rahm is behind there somewhere. But we can't really see him because he hasn't really been around at all this year.
You should have just had like a toe sticking out somewhere, like a weird one. I can't get past it.
It's tough to get past. But love us some John Rahm, local Scottsdale guy.
Yes.
Absolutely love John. And I think that wraps it up for tonight. I think we just got to let it go.
And let me just say, Italian meatballs in a tortilla.
Is that what you had?
Nothing else.
Where do you get such a catastrophe from?
At home. Made it.
Wow.
Kept it warm.
Good
like
for
a little,
you.
Yeah, felt like a penguin.
Trot Golfer says, men, enjoy the best tourney of the year. I'm going to say this. I completely disagree. It is the Masters. It's the best tourney of the year. But this is becoming my second favorite.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, what was your second favorite?
It used to be the U.S. Open. PGA Championship was always last.
I prefer the Open. I like American golf.
To the U.S. Open. So
Yeah.
you go Masters, U.S. Open, or
Masters? No, Masters is pinnacle.
I
Yeah.
mean,
That's the spot. But yeah, this is a fun one. This is like just a different type of golf. Every year they play there. It always is. It's a wrench in what you normally see, and it's fun to see. But in the same regard, almost nobody out there is playing this type of golf throughout the year. So it's just kind of like, all right, now they're gonna go over and hit punch shots and putt from 100 yards out. Let's see how good they are at that.
it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun week. Can't wait. I'm sad that it's the last major of the year.
Yeah.
We still have the FedEx Cup coming up, which we will certainly talk about throughout the coming weeks. We'll even get into some other stuff as well. But that being said, that wraps it up for tonight. We want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Swanie's Golf. Once again, folks, utilize promo code PULLHOOKGOLF25 at checkout. You got the Swanie's gear. This is that polo without the polo top. It is flip-flops all over the place. America. And Swanie's Golf is America, straight out of Minnesota, deep in the heart of Minnesota. Great people over there at Swanie's Golf, by the way. So make sure to go to swanies.co, utilize promo code PULLHOOKGOLF25 at checkout, and get 25% off your entire order. Next week, folks, make sure to tune in once again. Same bat time, same bat channel, because guess what? We're going to be recapping the final major of the year, the Open Championship. We're going to be talking shit on just about everybody who screwed up this week, who left multiple golf balls in a bunker, who might have putted off of a green into a bunker, who might have shat themselves in the big weeds. That was
a fit.
Throwing fits out there, throwing golf clubs. Maybe we got a little Abraham answer. Who knows? That things will happen over there that become uncharacteristic. Maybe Tiger Woods wins. Maybe Colin Morikawa wins. Got a lot of shit to talk about next week as the recap episode of the Open Championship. I cannot wait. I am pumped for this. I'm going to be up every morning with some coffee.
Maybe a little whiskey in there too.
There might be some whiskey in there. We could go full. Here's the thing. If Tiger Woods makes the cut and has a shot on Sunday, we're going down to the bar. We're going to live stream the shit out of this.
Yeah, we do a middle of the night watch party Saturday going into Sunday. Liv is fixed. You can't say that to fucking. You've been sitting on that one.
He's been sitting on it.
Whole fucking show, bud.
By the way, what? There's 66 people on Twitter that are on here with 900 on YouTube, and you're I believe, Anti-Liv, you are the first Twitter viewer that has actually chimed in tonight. I'm going back through. Everybody else has been on YouTube.
He stays on Twitter.
Oh, Twitter is where he lives. That is that. I've actually Anti-Liv has challenged me in August to a match.
Oh,
so
that's exciting.
He wants me to represent Liv Golf. I'm not going to do that. I represent golf as a whole, but I'm happy to take on the challenge. I just don't know what we're going to do with your face. Are we going to blur it out? Are we going to like what's going to go on with your voice? Like, how do we go about this? So we'll need to discuss.
So you remain agnostic. You are you're not picking a side here in the match.
I don't fucking care.
But to say you care really gets the people going. I would just pick one just to piss people off. You know?
Well, I can't just go full Liv Golf because the Liv Golf lovers, the people who are obsessed with Liv Golf hate me. Just absolutely hate me because I talk positively about the PGA Tour. But on the flip side, I feel like I get more respect from the PGA Tour side just because they understand that, hey.
Yeah, and you have a longer train of knowledge to go off of. And it's more history and more factoids.
But those Liv Golf fanatics that have no idea about real golf or knowledge, they hate me. They can't stand me. They think that I am just an absolute hater, which is hilarious, but that's that. So,
fuck them.
Once again, folks, until next week, we've got another great show coming your way. Same bat time, same bat channel. For Butsy, myself, we are signing off. See you guys next week and enjoy the Open Championship. Peace out.